Good day, everyone. Welcome once again to Do 2. Today, you want to ask the question, and I also want to ask the question. Is it safe to ask this question and get the right answer? And the question is, are Christians excluded from suffering? The answer is yes and no. Why say yes and then say no? The first reason for the first answer is this. Yes, Christians are excluded from suffering because they have been saved. They will be received unto glory in the end. And then, no. Why did I say no? This is a fallen world. We are already in a fallen body. God allows some things to happen to you and to me, even though we are Christian. Even though you are a Christian. Some of these things are to strengthen your faith. Some of it are to help you mature. The psalmist, he said in Psalm 73 verse 24, "Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel, and afterward receive me unto glory." We have the promise of guidance, help, and support from the Lord. And there are some things that some count as suffering. In fact, some are actually not suffering, but they are like the blocks, the building blocks that you step onto for greater heights. Christians are not promised a rosy life here on earth, but it is not supposed to be a daily suffering thing. That is, you are not supposed to suffer every day. That is a different thing. If you are in such condition and that is the result that you are getting, that is oppression by the enemy. And if you are in that condition, you need deliverance, you need help. And I pray for you that the Lord deliver you today in the name of Jesus. Amen. The suffering that Christians endure is but for a time and sometimes for a season. That is the suffering for Christ and for the gospel of Christ, and the suffering and persecution that comes sometimes because of righteousness. Apostle Peter said in 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 14, "If ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye." Wow. He said we should be happy if we suffer because of righteousness, because there is a hope for every Christian who endure persecution for Christ. Just as Christ endured for us and suffered on the cross, when we endure for him, for his name's sake, and continue, he shall receive us unto himself. That is the reason why I first said yes. Christians cannot suffer forever, even if they have a temporary suffering here on earth. But the part on the unrighteous is not so. That is what you should know. That is the people who are not saved. That is those ones that Christ has not saved unto himself. Those who have not believed. Those who have not received the salvation. Their part is not so. For the righteous and the unrighteous, it is not the same. The righteous can suffer here temporarily, but afterwards, when Jesus receives them, they do not suffer anymore. They are in bliss and joy forevermore, praising their God. But the part of the unrighteous is not so. Although Christians and non-Christians may be overwhelmed by the same thing, the righteous ask God to save him, but the unrighteous, they do not have such. Only if the unrighteous will forsake their wicked ways and cry out to God, then God will hear them and will deliver them out. But they must continue with God. They must abide. They must obey and believe him and trust in him. Yes. Also, there's a different kind. Some engage in acts that do not occur naturally, the events that do not happen to everybody. They engage in this act and then associate with some occultic things and inconvenient things. Such people will get their consequences from such sin and judgment based on their choice to do abominable things. That is a different kind of suffering, the one you choose to do things undefined, abominable. Virtually all things can be classified as good or bad. And those who have God as their guide and counsel will not fall into evil and abominable things. In fact, they flee at every appearances of evil. So today, take comfort in the Lord and observe His ways, and He will come and live with you and abide with you. And afterwards, like the path of the righteous, He will receive you unto glory. Amen. This is the path of the righteous, and I implore you to take it. Even if you profess to be a Christian, but you know you are not a believer, you don't know Jesus, come and have this pathway. Come and walk in this pathway, that God may receive you both now and afterwards into glory. Words without end. Amen. Thank you for listening, and God bless you. Amen.